Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I'm so excited I get to share with you the Scrapping for Less June 2017 card kit. It's Flavor of the Month card kit. And I created 4 cards using this kit, and I'm so excited to get to share it with you. Now this kit is jam-packed full of goodies, and I wanted to go over it with you just really fast in case you're new with the Scrapping for Less kits. Each kit gets 4 collections in one kit. And they're all bagged separately, which is nice. And they all coordinate, which is so fun. This month's kit gets the Mermaid for You stamp set, the Ahoy Matey stamp set, and then it also gets the So Jelly stamp set. All of these stamp sets are from Lawn Fawn, which is so fun. And then you also get an ingredient sheet that explains the kit level that you buy, and then it also explains what you get in the kit. Now I happen to get the banana split level, which includes this stamp, Your Next Step mini ink cube, a Hope Anchor stamp from Neat and Tangled, and then a Dream Big die set. So and then of course you always get the sketch sheet, which is available for a download too. Each kit will get 4 pieces of white cardstock, and then you get 4 pieces of coordinating colored cardstock, which is so nice. Now I had already cut those down, cut them in half, and made them into standard A2 size cards. And then I had 2 extra sheets of the white cardstock, and so I just quartered those and cut them for my stamping. So let's jump in and start with card number 1. Now for card number 1, I'm using collection number 1. You get a piece of this polka dotted purple ribbon. You get some doodlebug sprinkles. They're under the sea sprinkles. And then you also get some Kennedy Gray sequins that just coordinate with the pattern papers beautifully. Lovely. And then you also get 6 6x6 pattern papers. These happen to be double-sided, and these are from Doodlebug as well, and they're from the Under the Sea collection. And these are lots of fun, vibrant colored pattern papers. And I was so excited when I saw these. I was like, oh my goodness. So there's a quick look at all the papers. Fun little fishies there. So I'm going to just, and for this collection I'm going to use the small So Jelly stamp set from Lawn Fawn. Now I'm going by the sketch sheet. I thought it'd be fun to make a card using the sketch sheet. And so I'm going to start off stamping the little starfish in this cute little stamp set. And I'm just using Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm going to stamp it 3 times. Well, here I stamped it 4 times, but one of them messed up, so I always stamp an extra. And then I'm going to go ahead and color them in. Now since this video does run long, I wanted to speed up my coloring, and then I also speeded up my when I cut them out too. I fussy cutted them out. The dies are available, but I just chose not to use the dies. So here I have them colored in and cut out, and then I am going to be using sketch number 1, and so I had already pre-cut all my papers. Now for this card I thought it'd be cute to make one element a shaker card, so I cut out a white cardstock circle, and then I also cut out a piece of acetate too that was the same size as the circle frame there. And I'm just going to go ahead and adhere that acetate to my frame. Lovely. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some foam tape around it. And then once I have that done, I'm going to add my sequins. This sequin mix is so fun, such pretty colors, and there's seed beads in there that went to the bottom, so I kind of had to shake it up a little bit because I wanted some of those seed beads in there. But as I added the sequins, I wanted a little bit more, so I'm just taking one of those starfish that I cut out, and I'm going to place that on the inside panel here. Okay, now I have that done. I'm going to place that right in the back of my shaker. Lovely. And I think that turned out so cute. Now that's one element for our card. Now we're going to work on our panel here. I'm using the purple cardstock that came in the kit. And I use this pink pattern paper, and I'm just going to adhere that directly to my card base, right in the center. And then I have this piece of purple pattern paper. It has the waves on it, but I want to do something a little bit different. So instead of the waves going horizontal, I want the waves to go vertical. And so I just trimmed down that paper. It was a little too big, and I'm going to adhere that directly to my card base. Lovely. So then I cut out a fishtail banner, and as I was placing it, I thought I needed to have a little extra of that purple pattern paper on the end there. So I just trimmed down that strip, and I'm just going to adhere it. I'm not worried about the seam because I'm going to cover it with that banner here. I'm going to trim that down a little bit, and then I'm going to pop that up with some foam tape. And then I'm going to place that directly on my card. Lovely. Okay, now that I have that done, I need to straighten it out because I did get it crooked. Can't see very well today. Got that fixed. Now we're going to pop up our little shaker. Now I'm going to just put foam tape on one side of it, and then I'll use my tape runner and use that on the other side, just so it lays flush and it evens out on the card. And I'm going to just place that right there. And again, I'm using sketch number 1 as a guide. Lovely. Okay, now I am going to stamp my sentiment. For my sentiment for this card, I chose Your Star, which is the cutest. And I'm just stamping it on white cardstock. And then I'm going to trim it down. Lovely. I'm just going to fishtail the end there, and I'm going to pop it up with some foam tape. And then I'm trying to figure out my placement here. And I think that looks good. Lovely. Now, from my stash, I have some white jute cord. It's pretty thin stuff. And I'm just looping it like 3 times. And then the way I do this is I just take a glue dot, and I kind of sandwich the glue dot around the center of my jute cord here. And then that way I have sticky all around it, and it still stays fluffy. So so I'm just going to adhere that right on the corner there of my sentiment, and then I'm going to place one of those starfish right on top of it. I'm just adding some glue to the back of the other starfish, so I'm going to tuck that right underneath there. Now for bells and whistles, from my stash I grabbed these star sequins, and I'm just going to place them. I wanted a little bit more white in the card, and these sequins were like a white iridescent, and so I'm just kind of adding them here and there on the card. Just kind of tucking them under. And then for finishing touches, I thought I'm going to grab my white gel pen, and I'm just going to do some faux stitching around the edges. And this is not my white gel pen. Whoopsie. That's my Winkastella. So, but here's my white gel pen. And that's it. That is card number 1 using sketch number 1. Lovely. So this is one idea for you guys. I hope this gives you a little bit of an idea on how to create with this kit. Now we're going to move on to card number 2 and collection number 2. Now this collection has let me see. So fun stuff. It has Let's Be Mermaids glitter dots, Let's Be Mermaid stickers, and then it has Let's Be Mermaid 6x6 paper pad here, and these are double-sided as well, and the paper pad is from Echo Park. And so a lot of fun images. Love this. Fun colors. And so I like double-sided. It gives you so many options, which is nice. Now for this card, I decided just to use sketch number 3. Now sketch number 3 and the Mermaid for You stamp set. Sketch number 3, that is a square shaped, but I chose not to make a square shape. I chose to use the standard A2 size card. And so I'm kind of going to modify it a little bit, but it worked out just as well, and I think it turned out so pretty. So here I am. I'm grabbing the rock in the little mermaid that was kind of sitting down. I'm going to stamp that with my black ink here. And I'm going to be coloring these images in with my alcohol markers. So, and again, the video is running long, and I didn't want to show you all the coloring. We all color different, so. But once I have that done, in the stamp set has some coral and some greenery, some like seaweed. So I'm stamping that seaweed 3 times using some Lawn Fawn ink. This is celery stalk. And then there's coral in there too. So I'm going to be stamping this coral image here. And this color here is Wild Rose. It's real pretty. And then there's another coral image in there too. And so I decided to jump in and use the, this one is a fresh lavender, which is really pretty purple. So I just stamped that twice. The first one didn't turn out too well. Lovely. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and color them in, and I'll cut them all out. I just fussy cut it around them, including the little seaweeds. So here are my images all colored in, and now we're going to work on our card base. Now look how cute these are. Love these images. They are so fun. You know, mermaids and pirates are such a big thing right now, and these are just adorable. I love them. So I'm taking this pattern paper, and this pattern paper has some waves on it. So I'm taking my scissors, and I'm just cutting out the waves, kind of using the waves on the paper as a guide. Real easy to do. So I got my little waves cut out, and then I'm taking this pattern, or this is actually the reverse side of a pattern paper. It's like a blue colored, and I'm just going to adhere that to the bottom. And then from my stash I have this large circle die. I went ahead and cut that out. I cut them out both together. It just was easier for me. And then I took the larger die that I had, and I'm going to cut out another circle using this pink pattern paper. Now for this card I'm using my white card base, and then I trimmed down a piece of the yellow pattern paper, and I'm just going to secure that on my card base there. Lovely. And then I'm kind of placing my little pink pattern here, and I'm going to place it in the center here. Lovely. Okay, and then I took a strip of this paper, and originally I was going to use this side, but then you know what, when I flipped it over, I'm going to trim it down just a little bit more. It was just a little too wide. But when I flipped it over to add some foam tape, I'm going to just trim this down too. That was, I don't want that to show, so I'm just going to cut that. And again, I'll just cover it up with this piece of paper here. Now here's where I flipped it over, and I thought, I like this side actually better. So I ended up using this side of it. It has little multicolored seahorses, which is adorable. So I like the seahorse one better. I'm just going to use my tape runner and adhere that to the left of the card here. Lovely, and then we'll trim off that top area. Okay, now we're going to work on our panel. Now first we need to stamp our sentiment. Now for this sentiment I chose "See You Soon," which is so adorable. And I'm using my Mini Misty because I want to get this straight. And then I'm going to go in with some Versamark ink and some Nouveau Glacier White embossing powder, and I'm just going to heat set that. Lovely. Okay, now I'm going to pop this up with some foam tape. For this tutorial you're going to see me using all different kinds of foam tape. I ran out of my 3M, And I have it on order, so it should be here in a few days. But until then, I thought I'm going to use, you know, the tape that I have. So you'll see me using different foam tapes. So I pop that up and down. I'm just going to place it directly over that pink pattern paper below it, or underneath it. Lovely. Now we're going to build our little scene. First I'm going to adhere the little seaweed to the rock. These were really easy to cut out too. I mean, the dies are nice, but not too bad to cut out. I'm just kind of arranging them here. And then I'm just going to directly adhere that to my little circle scene here. And as I was placing my little mermaid, I thought I'm going to raise it up just a little bit. I want her kind of sitting on the rock. I thought that would be cute. Lovely. So I'm going to pop her up with some dimensional adhesive and place her on that rock, just kind of sitting down on it. Lovely. And then I added some coral pieces to the bottom. Now for finishing touches, I am going to add some sequins. And again, this collection comes with coordinating sequins, and there's some white and clear iridescent ones in there. And so I just picked out those ones as if they're like little bubbles in the ocean or in her little scenery there. So I'm going to adhere the little sequins, and then I'm going to top them off with the little clear seed beads that came in that sequin pack too. Lovely. And then for some little added interest, I'm adding some these are honey gold Nuvo crystal drops, and I'm just adding them to her hair and to her little tail there. And that's it. Card number 2 using sketch number 3. So easy but so fun. Love these images. Okay. Now we're going to move on to card number 3. Now for card number 3, we're using collection number 3, of course. It comes with some coordinating sequins, and then you also get some ephemera, because I don't know how to say that word, and then you get some stickers, and then all of these are Party Me Hardy, from the Party Me Hardy collection, along with 6 of the pattern papers here. These are single-sided, but there's just a lot of fun images in it. These pattern papers are from Imaginisc. And then for this card, I decided to use sketch number 4. So I just picked out the colors that I thought I would use for this card, and I already trimmed down the green one and then that red one with the stars. And then I'm taking my circle die, and I'm going to cut out this kind of music kind of pattern paper here. Actually, I didn't even cut it out. I used it as a template. So when I was going to cut it out, I wasn't really concerned about it being a perfect circle. So I'm going to stamp some images, and the stamp set I'm going to be using is the Ahoy Matey one. And I thought it'd be fun to make like a little treasure map. And so I'm using Memento Rich Cocoa ink. And here I stamped the X that marks the spot. And after I stamped it, I thought, well, I should have used a red, but it didn't make too much of a difference. Not too bad. But the Ahoy Matey stamp set has a lot of fun little images to create like a treasure map. It has like a ship and then some little ocean waves and some little mountains. So I just added them here and there. And then I cut them out. And I'm erasing my pencil mark. And like I said, I wasn't perfect on the cutting out of it. Now I'm taking some my blending tool, and I'm using that rich cocoa ink and just kind of distressing the edges a little bit. And then I'm going to take my scissors and kind of go over the edges, kind of giving it a worn, distressed look. And then just for added interest too, I'm using my brown marker, and I'm making little trail lines as if they're leading you to the buried treasure. So I just thought that was so cute. And then since I did distress the edges of that just to make it all blend and mesh together, I'm taking Vintage Photo Distress ink and I'm going around the papers that I'm going to use for this card. Just all the edges, kind of just distressing the edges a little bit. Okay. Now I am going to, let's see, when I cut out that red and the star pattern paper, I was going to leave it alone, but then I thought, you know what, I wanted a little bit of a white accent, so I added a strip of white cardstock. I'm going to put that behind that. I'm using my white card base, and I'm just going to adhere my green pattern paper directly to the center of it, and I did leave a little bit of a border. And then I am going to add my star pattern paper to my white cardstock that I cut out earlier, and just adhere that directly on my card. And then now we're going to stamp the sentiment, and for this sentiment I thought Ahoy Matey would be so cute. And so I'm using Versamark ink, and I'm stamping it on some black cardstock from my stash. I'm going to go back in with the Matey, and then I'm just using again the Nouveau Glacier White embossing powder, and then I went ahead and heat set that, and then from my stash I had a thought bubble that fit that perfect, and I already cut that out here. Lovely. Okay, so let's see. I decided for this card I'm going to use this cute little pirate, and he is so adorable. My little big-headed pirate. I'm taking my anti-static powder tool and removing some of the tackiness from the sticky behind the sticker. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to place him. I already popped up my little treasure map and then my sticker and placed them on my card base. And then he's holding a little pirate balloon, and then there were some die cut images that had the same size of the balloon, and just for added interest I cut out that balloon and placed it directly on top of the balloon that he was holding. Lovely. Okay, now I'm going to grab some of those sequins, and then I'm just going to go place a few here and there for added interest, a little sparkle and shine for some finishing touches. And then I'm taking some glossy accents, and I'm going over the little skull on the balloon, and I also went over his eyes just to make him pop a little bit. And that's it. That's card number 3 using sketch number 4. So cute. There's sketch number 4 there. Just fun to give different ideas using the sketch sheets. Okay, now we're going to move on to collection number 4 and card number 4. Now for this collection, it has a lot of fun elements. Oh my goodness. You get some Kennedy Gray sequins here, and then you get a sticker sheet. These are Express Yourself pirate stickers. A lot of glittery fun on there. And then you get 6 6x6 pattern papers. And these are from Scrapberries, the Pirate's Treasure collection. And then you also get pirate gem stickers, which are enamel epoxy kind of stickers. Really nice. Okay, so I'm just kind of figuring out what papers I think it would look nice with this card. And I thought about using this stamp set from Neat and Tangled. It's such a nice stamp set. It says Hope Anchors the Soul. I love that. But I ended up not using that one. So, but I'm going to be making more cards, so I'll use that in another video. Okay, I chose these 4 papers. And then, of course, the last sketch is sketch number 2. So we're going to use that as a guide. Now here I'm just trimming down the paper. I'm trimming it down to 5 by 3 3/4, just so there's about a 1/4 inch of the cardstock showing behind it. And I'm using, again, my white card base here, and place that right in the center. Lovely. Okay, now let's see. I'm taking this red pattern paper and I'm using my corner rounder, and I'm using the 1/2 inch size, and I'm just going around the edges. And as I cut this paper, I was realizing that I actually cut it too small, so I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit and make it a little bit bigger. And so I'm kind of cutting it, and then I'm going to kind of space it on the card. Now that the place where you can see where I cut it, I'm going to cover that so nobody will ever know. Now I'm taking another piece of the pattern paper, and this one is like a map, and I'm placing that right in the center. And then I had also took another piece of the pattern paper and cut that out and placed it right on top there, and I corner around the edges of that one too. I did take some honey gold Nouveau crystal drops, and I went around the edge of that piece, and it's already dry. So I'm taking my circle die, and I cut out a circle using the striped pattern paper. It's the green and beige color pattern paper, and I adhered that directly to the card base. And then I'm taking this pirate sticker, and I'm placing that on a piece of the blue pattern paper, and I fishtailed the end there, and I just used my tape runner and adhered that. Now I'm grabbing this adorable little pirate, which I'm going to lift up, and I'm going to move him over. I'm going to move over the pirate sentiment a little bit too. I wanted him more on that pattern paper there. Lovely. He's so cute. Okay. And then I'm taking the little school that was in that 3D sticker set there, and I popped that right on top of the circle. And then for some finishing touches, I'm just going over the little pirate's eye patch, and then the eyes that are on that skull and bones there, just to make him pop a little bit. So many fun ideas with this kit. Oh my goodness. There's so many options that you could do. I had so much fun. It was so easy to make these cards. Now I added some sequins for accent, and that's it. That's card number 4 using sketch number 2. Well, I hope this gives you an idea of what comes in the June Scrapping for Less Flavor of the Month kit. Lots of fun goodies. Here's a quick look at all 4 cards that I made using this kit, and using the sketch sheet that's in the kit. I thank you so much for joining me. If you like this tutorial, give me a thumbs up, and if you're new and want to see more, hit that subscribe button, and also visit the scrappingforless.com store. I'll include links below to where you can go stopping. And today is their blog hop, guys. You need to go check that out. Lots of fun ideas using this kit. I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.